Hello, beautiful boys and girls. Welcome back to yet another circumcision. But before this video starts, I would like to take some time to address the elephant in the room. Seeing that I haven't made any videos since August or September. Um, with seeing that 2019 is coming to a dramatic end, I wanted to end this year on a high note, and seeing that I have no good content ideas because I'm a lazy piece of shit, I will make the obvious video that everyone's been making for a while now. I am going to I am going to rank my top 5 games of 2019. Now, I know that this idea isn't an original one, but I had to try something new, and I'm trying to change my content up from the standard commentary because you seems like everyone's doing it now. But this will be my first video of my comeback, and know that you will expect more videos in the late future, starting next year. So without further ado, let's get into this.
At number 5, we have Resident Evil 2 Remake. Now, I was pretty fucking hyped about the remake when I first heard it was coming out because I thought it served as a sense of nostalgia from when I was playing the 1998 version, but remastered. And it kind of lived up to its potential. It's remastered, so, different camera angles, a tank engine. But one thing that couldn't slip my mind, the fact in terms of gameplay, I couldn't get the sense of nostalgia as I played it in the 1998 version. I mean, granted, it looks cooler now, but gameplay wise, I just don't agree with. Never mind the fact that the A and B scenario for Claire are exactly the same, but I feel like it's way more tedious than I thought it was. More puzzles, more stuff, more reasons for you to get around. But I couldn't get myself to play it at least 4 times, and I feel like this game deserves the number 5 ranking.
At number 4, we have Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. It does put a smile on my face to know that this is not an EA game. But throughout the whole 15 hours of me playing this game from start to finish, I've come to a conclusion that this is one of the best Star Wars games I've ever played, aside from the regular Lego Star Wars. But this game right here gives you anything a Star Wars fan can ask for. A great story, good combat controls, the lore behind the story is just magnificent, and the fact that this is a canon story according to the mastermind Disney, and overall I think it's just a fun thing. It gives you a whole variety of stuff to do if they ever give you a chance to look through every fucking nook and cranny of the game. But in terms of gameplay, this game pretty much takes the cake. This is one of the best Star Wars games I've seen by far. And even if you're not a Star Wars fan, I still recommend you would play it because it does give you a great story. And the characters are just well built, have a good character backstory and whatnot. And I feel like this should be at my top 4 ranking. At number 3, we have Mortal Kombat 11. Now, I love Mortal Kombat just for as long as I can remember. Me and Mortal Kombat go like way back. And I think my favorite one would have to be X, but I digress. But Mortal Kombat 11 have a lot of things most Mortal Kombat games do. An excellent story, great characters, and a great ending to the story. Thought this story at the end of it was very beautiful. On top of that, their DLC character is just fire as fuck. I can't wait for Spawn to come out on this one. But in terms of character, I only play with Liu Kang or Johnny Cage because their combo styles aren't as good as it was back in X. But I'm not complaining. I still find this to be a good top 3 spot for this game. At number 2, we have Days Gone. Now, I'm not particularly finished with the game in any way. I'm actually hella close to beating it, but I still feel like I should rank this game. Now, this is one of the games that actually caught my attention. The open world is actually a very good idea in terms of how the game is played. The story mode is just beautiful with 3 different endings, so I have hours on hours of me actually playing it and there's actually a possibility of me going back to play it. But you know, like all games, games have flaws. The hordes, for one, they're just too tedious. They all come like simultaneously. The bike controls, the way you turn, that's just annoying. I'm always getting gobbled up every time I crash into a fucking car. And just let alone the zombie combat skills. The fact that it's too fast for you to actually do. But overall, I feel like this is a good game, and I really recommend to anyone playing it. And I feel like this deserves the top 2 spot. And at number 1, we have Jump Force. I am a huge fan of anime and fighting games. Put those two together, you get a fucking masterpiece. And this is exactly what came out of that masterpiece. Now, I feel like Jump Force is like one of the best fighting games I've played all year, besides Xenoverse 2. It gave me a fun selection of almost every shonen protagonist that I know, and given us great DLCs. Story, however, remained to be very plain and bland. Didn't really live up to the hype I thought it was going to be. But holy shit, did we get a good online match with some great maps and good DLCs. And I find that the fact that they put the rematch button on there on this game made it quite a more enjoyable to play on. So yeah, that is my top 5 ranking of 2019 games. I kind of made a promise to myself, even though I'm setting myself up for failure, that I'm going to post more videos since it is basically a new year, as a matter of fact. And expect more videos in the future. Like, really, I'm gonna start posting more often. So like Charlie once said, okay, see ya.